is ironically about writer's block, which is a very tangible thing for me, and probably for all of you, I can imagine. And that being said, it is, I think, fittingly left untitled. As a writer, I'm constantly afraid of losing my voice, of being entirely devoid of ideas. What if I can't say the things I want to say? What if there comes a day my audience is no longer responsive? What if a response is not what I expect? Except then, wouldn't that still be better than letting my thoughts go unshared and my opinions left unsaid? On the flip side, there's always the fear that my words aren't worthy enough to be shared on a stage alongside words uttered with utter perfection by friends and fellow writers. But then again, isn't everyone afraid of that? I think there comes a time in every poet's life when they begin to doubt everything they've ever known. And I think this point is recurrent for me. It's almost as if existential crises are on the daily. Don't get me wrong, I'm not mentally unstable or anything, although you could probably argue it since I'm up here ranting to all of you about my inability to articulate experiences I've been through. But I will say, nothing about this art is easy. Not writing, not performing, but that doesn't make me or anyone a poor artist. Because standing up here, seeing friends, loved ones, and strangers alike, it's almost like I'm losing control. Like I don't have a handle on what is real and what my words have created for me. And I can guarantee that I have had moments when the only thought running through my mind was, I can't do this anymore. Doubt, self-consciousness, and fear were all sprinters in this marathon, vying to outdo one another and determine which could discourage me fastest. How could I be confident, sure of anything, when I kept comparing myself to all the talent that surrounded me? You see, I'm always so focused on creating that next masterpiece that sometimes I forget why I started doing this in the first place. I turned to poetry at one of the lowest points in my life to express things I didn't know how to express otherwise. Bullying, a chain reaction never ending that required some serious mending. Cancer, my mother's diagnosis and her fortunately good prognosis. Change, my low self-esteem and friendships I couldn't redeem. Social injustices, double standards, and questions left unanswered, there wasn't a single moment I felt uncensored. Poetry has provided me with a medium, a happy, chaotic, thought-provoking, nail-biting, soul-consuming one, and for that, I am forever grateful. Even on those worst days when everything's a haze and my hazel eyes lose sight of what's right in front of me, when I forget the instants of glory that the stage brings me, and I can't write for the life of me, somehow, something inside me tells me that I can't stop trying to work through my writer's block, my anguish, or my nerves, because if I do, I'd be leaving behind an entire part of me that I only recently discovered myself. And that is something I am not willing to give up, no matter how unpredictable this passion is, because it is my passion. My life isn't perfect, but poetry taught me how to deal with that. It transcends time and space. It will always be with me 5, 10, 15 years, a lifetime from now, regardless of wherever on this earth I will be. It has given me a family of supporters in a whirlwind world teeming with anxiety, violence, and corruption. I can't imagine my life without it. Thus, I realized that I need to stop worrying about the day that my words stop flowing out of me, because I can't be certain that that day will ever arrive. I don't know what's in store for my future, or even for tomorrow. But on this stage, if even for a moment, I can allow the tomorrow and the tomorrow and the tomorrow after that to fade away, and it's just me, the same girl up here, the same person I will always be.